Hey everybody, what's going on? Kyle here with another lesson. Today we're going to be doing Up and Up. Before we get into it, just want to say I learned this through a couple different ways. One being the sheet music book, as well as some videos on YouTube, as well as my own ear. So it may not be 100% accurate, but I feel it's pretty close and it sounds really good. So we're going to start off with the intro slash verse slash main riff. Sounds like this. So starting off, focus on the right hand. Right hand's going to be this D note right here, along with one other note. This D is going to be constant pretty much the whole time. So we'll focus on the right hand, the lower right hand note first, as that's the driving force of the melody. So it consists of four notes: F sharp, G, A, B. So not doing too much moving around. So starting off with A, play A and then B, down to G, back up to A, then back down to G, and back to A, then F sharp, G, A, before going down to G, holding that G, and then B, A, and then finishing off, going down to G. Adding in that D. Once you get to this part, I usually don't play D, I just play the F sharp, G, A, and then add the D back in on the G. You can play that with the F sharp part. I just tend to focus on that single note by itself. Left hand. Real quick go over that. It's going to be G octaves with the D in the middle. And then halfway through that, you're going to take off this high G and play just G and D. Then from there, it's just octaves. Move down to D octaves, up to E octaves, and then C octaves. Putting it together. Starting off with the very first time playing, at the start of the song, the intro, I tend to play these individual notes in the left hand real fast, kind of like a slide, before playing that right hand. You'll notice right here, when you go to move the B down to the G, your left hand thumb's in the way, so get that out of there, and that's where you play the G and D alone in the left hand. Then down to here, when you go down to the G, left hand is when you switch the D octaves. E octaves here. Come up, play the B and A. When you hit the A, that's when you switch the C octaves. And then how I'm playing both left and right hand together. Left hand, pretty much when I transition, I play both the lower octave and higher octave, or lower note and the higher note in the octave. And then after that, I pretty much just focus on this higher note. And pretty much the entire time, just going back and forth between the left and right hand, especially with that part right there. And right hand, I'm playing a little bit more louder than left hand. Left hand, I'm kind of playing a little bit soft, just so it's kind of focuses more on that melody. So that's the intro right there. That also serves as the verse for the live version. The studio version, there is no piano in the verse, but live version, he just continues playing that. and then we get to the chorus, which is just a couple of chords. Show you that first. So left hand's going to be little octaves going on here. Left hand's going to be G, D, and G. Right hand, you're going to have a similar pattern throughout the entire thing. It's going to be 2 octaves, 2 notes in the middle. So B, D, G, B is the first chord. This is the G chord. Second chord, left hand's going to move down to D octaves alone. You could add an A in there if you'd like, but I just do D octaves. Right hand, you're just going to move these 2 B octaves down to A octaves. Keep this D in the middle and just move this G down to F sharp. That's a D chord. Third chord, left hand, going to move up 2 F octaves, add a C in there, in the middle. Right hand, you're going to keep the A octaves and just move the D and F sharp down to C and F. That's the F chord. And the last chord, move down to C octaves. Once again, add a G in there if you'd like, but I just play C octaves. Right hand, you're going to move the A octaves down to G octaves, keep the C, and just move this F down to E. That's a C chord. So, left hand alone from the beginning. G octaves with D in the middle. Down to just D octaves. Come up, F octaves, C in the middle. Down to just C octaves. Right hand alone. B octaves, D and G in the middle. Down to A, D, F sharp, A. Down to A, C, F, A. And finally down to G octaves, C, E in the middle. Okay, so that's that part right there. And now how to actually play it with both hands and play along with the song. I've kind of struggled with how exactly to teach that, but I'll do the best I can. So how I play it pretty much is, if you want to simplify it, you can just play it, like that, with the measures. I play it like this though. I'll play it through once slow just so you can kind of get a feel for it, and I'll try to explain it best I can. So pretty much what I'm doing for my right hand is I'm playing the entire chord, or the entire right hand, roughly 3 times for each chord sequence, and then the rest of the time I'm just bouncing off between my right hand thumb note and the rest of the notes in the left hand before switching off to that next chord. So starting off with "We're gonna get it," and on "get" is when I play the right hand chord. So get it together right. And then right there on "together" is when I play the right hand chord again. So we're gonna get it together right. Then now, and then transitioning, I play the right hand first and then the left hand. Pick up the tempo a little bit. So once again, just kind of playing that right hand chord 3 times for each chord sequence, and then from there, just playing the right hand thumb note with the rest of the left hand individual notes as well. So one more time from the top, so it's not too confusing. I'll try to sing along with it. Excuse my singing, I'm not a singer. But I'll try to sing along with it so you can kind of see where those chords land. So from the top part, so we're gonna get it together right now. Gonna get much just getting a feel for it. I think if you just play it slow. Something I noticed that I've been doing too is I kind of play that right hand chord together once, and then after that I tend to play the right hand thumb and then the rest of the hand as the chord. Kind of like that. But if you just kind of stick to that pattern of going back and forth between the right thumb and left hand, you should be able to get it. But once again, if you want to just simplify it, you can just play the chords themselves. And also, once you get to this C chord is where you would play that melody if you'd wanted. What that is just D, C, B, C, B, G. Then also for this part, when you go back up to that first chord, I like to accent the drums there. So what Will does is he goes down, and then when he comes back up to the snare, he hits the crash. So going back down would be... We're gonna get it. So right there is where that crash would be. So what I'm doing is I'm just playing that melody. And just playing. There's a lot of thumb movements here. So if you pretty much just focus on your thumbs throughout, you should be able to kind of get that going. So hopefully that wasn't too bad. I do apologize if it seemed a bit repetitive and lengthy. I just wanted to make sure that I'm getting that part across properly. I sometimes struggle trying to, get certain parts across. I just want to make sure I'm teaching it properly. That being said, we're going to move up to the next octave to learn how Chris plays the second verse for the live version, and then we'll go ahead and learn the bridge. Okay, so coming into the second verse, pretty much it's the same exact thing you played down here. It's the same exact thing, it's just one octave higher. And then also on top of that for the right hand, before you were playing D and just that single note, now you're just going to add this single note up here as well. And that's it. So before you played the A and B, now you're just going to do the same thing, but you're going to play it up here as well, keeping D in the middle. So pretty much you're just playing the octaves for that melody, but keep D in the middle. So. So for the live version, after he plays that, Chris just kind of stops and just sings. He doesn't play anything else. In my cover, I just went back down to the normal way to play it and just played that for the second verse. But that's that part right there, really simple. Like I said, you're just moving up this entire thing, one octave, and then just adding that extra note that you're already playing here, up here as well. All right, so we'll go back to learning the bridge. All right, coming back down to the bridge, it's very similar to the chorus actually, just one chord change, so reviewing that. So for the chorus you play G, D, G, B, D, G, B. That's the same. Come back down to the D octaves, right hand A, D, F sharp, A. This part, you went to the F chord. Instead, we're going to go to this other chord right here. E minor, left hand is E octaves, right hand is G, B, E, G. So before it was that F chord, this time E minor. Then from here, you're going to go back to that fourth chord you played before, the C octaves, right hand, G, C, E, G. So from there, you're just moving this B up to C. I'm going more time. So you can say it is 5 for it. Close your mind. Take rest. That's the only chord that changes. The F is now E minor. That's it. Everything else is the same. You repeat that twice, and then we get into the solo, which will be part 2. That's where things really start getting a little bit more complicated and complex. So that does it for this part here. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to keep an eye out here on YouTube for my community posts. You can also follow me on Twitter at ColdplayKB if you want to make requests to stay up to date with anything Coldplay related. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in part 2.